Jim Lefebvre, there are no tears, but certainly to lose is a big disappointment.
It sure is, Tom, especially coming from behind like the way we did. We thought we had a good shot at him, and of course, when he flashed up on the board and the Giants won it, I think everybody just felt, well, this is it. You know, it's kind of a sad thing, but that's the way it goes, and the only thing we have to do now is look forward to next year.
Jim, many of the players have said that they felt that the Chicago series back earlier in the season, just after you had moved to within 3 games of the Giants and you came back home and lost, I believe it was 3 in a row to the Cubs, was the biggest setback of the season. Do you feel that way?
Well, Tom, actually, when you look back through the year, you know, playing 162 games, there's a lot of setbacks. That was one real big setback. We came back from San Francisco, and we kind of had a little letdown, and they took advantage of it. Also, a big series when we came back from San Francisco and we faced the Padres 2 games, and they took us 2 straight. That was a big game, big series. But a lot of little things throughout the years. You know, look what about the first part of the year where people didn't think, well, this is the time when the Dodgers are going to find out who's going to be playing and stuff like this, and they go back and forward. That was a big part of the year. So when you play 162 games, you can point at certain series, but you have to look at the whole season. I've got to go with the Western Division, you know, the Giants, because we've seen them more times this year. Of course, Pittsburgh has a real great hitting ball club. There's no question about it. But I feel this way. I think that the Giants deserve to win the pennant. They had a lot of pressure on them. They went out and win, and now they're going to have more pressure playing in the playoffs, and I think they can handle it, and I think they can go all the way.
Jimmy, looking over the Giants and the Pittsburgh Pirates, which team do you favor in the playoffs? Can you point to any particular game or series during the year that you thought was a major setback for the team? Don Sutton, this was your best Major League season, but it had to come at a very inopportune time as the Dodgers were unable to overtake the Giants.
Well, Tommy, Al Downing had a great year, and I feel like that all the club asked me to do to earn my money is to go out and give 100%, and that's what I've tried to do. And
Chicago Cubs that you thought might have been a determinant.
Well, I don't remember exactly how far out we are. We're something like 3 or 4 ball games after sweeping the Giants 3 straight up there, and then we came home and lost 4 in a row to the Cubs, and that shot us back to 6.5 or 7 out. And I don't think we ever really completely recovered from that. Of course, we made ground. We went to 1 out. We went to 1.5 out. But I don't think that that we could get over that obstacle that we placed in our path right there when we lost to the Cubs.
You know, Maury, it's kind of hard to be philosophical about defeat.
Yes, it is, Tom, but so I won't even attempt to be. But it's been a long summer, and I guess the only thing we can do now is look forward to a good rest this winter and be ready for next spring training.
So that means, Maury, that you have no intentions of going into coaching or managing, that you're coming back full-time as a player?
Oh, definitely. I have too many good years left to think about not playing actively.
Maury, could you point to any particular game or any series of games during the year that you think might have been a major setback?
Yeah, we had several of them. We came within 3 games of the Giants earlier, but the middle of the season we came home and the Cubs beat us 4 in a row. Another time, we just recently we played Atlanta, and they beat us the first 2 games of a 4-game series, and we were lucky enough to come back and win a doubleheader. And then another time, we lost some games Philadelphia beat us 2 out of 3 on a road trip just prior to the last road trip of the season, before going to Montreal and only winning 2 out of 3 there. And then we went to New York from there, and the Mets beat us 2 games in the last inning with 2 outs on a pinch hit singles, and just games like that all season that we should have had wrapped up. We let it get away from us, and that's the difference in the season.
Do you have a favorite in the National League West playoffs between the National? Let's do that once more. Do you have a favorite in the playoffs for the National League pennant between the Giants and the Pirates?
No favorite. I could say that I'd like the National League West to win because I play in the National League West, but it doesn't really matter that much. I think the Pirates are going to be very tough for the Giants, but I think the Giants have a chance to take them. But I'd definitely be pulling for the National League in the World Series.
Were you satisfied?
Well, my season, Tom, depends on the club itself. I feel I've had, the same old season that I've usually had, and whether you win or lose really determines my season. And like I say, I'm not going to sulk or hang my head down. I'll just get ready for another one, wherever it is.
Richie, are you comfortable here in Los Angeles? Do you feel that you found a home with the Dodgers?
Yes, until they tell me to move on.
Looking over the Giants and the Padres, which one do you pick to win the playoffs?
The Giants in Pittsburgh, you mean?
I'm sorry, let's do that once more. Looking over the Giants in Pittsburgh.
I would say Pittsburgh's pitching is a lot better. They're seasoned veterans. I think San Francisco goes on with two first-year fellows, but whereas Pittsburgh, they have all veteran stars, but that's not the big point with Pittsburgh. It's that explosiveness. They can turn a ball game around and inside of an inning with 1 or 2 outs even.
So you feel that Pittsburgh definitely has a possibility of going all the way?
I think so. I thought they would be my pick if I had to really pick one.
Now looking at the American League, do you favor Oakland or Baltimore?
I don't know. I haven't got to see either one of those teams at all this summer. I know it ought to be a well-played playoff between the two clubs, but I kind of feel that Oakland might come out on the top end. It'd be Pittsburgh and Oakland. I'm not going to make any more predictions because I really thought we'd be in Frisco tomorrow to playoff, but I don't want to go into that anymore. Like I said, we'll get ready for next year.
Okay. Game or series and say that it was one of the big setbacks of the season?
Well, I think any club could do that. We got close around right before the All-Star break and played the Cubs 4 games in 3 days after having beaten the Giants up there. And we were a little short pitching-wise, and we came in and we ran into some pretty good pitching. At that time, they were tough, and they beat us 4 games in a row. And we were in every one of the games, I think, within 1 run or 2 at the most. And that kind of set us back. But as I say, the club was able to bounce back, and I think when you get 100% out of your players, that's about all you can ask. And sometimes the other guys play just as well or a little better. In the Candlestick Park, the first couple games, and this has been their park, really. They've played well in that park, they usually do. But going back to the Pirates again, you have them over the year. I think their record is better than the Giants. So who knows? I mean, it's in a short series, anything can happen.
How would you compare the Giants' pitching to Pittsburgh's?
Well, Marshall pitched tonight, so they're going to have to wait a day or 2 before, 3 days before he can pitch. And I guess Perry pitched the night before, so their 2 aces are they may not be able to start with him. Mm-hmm. But here again, baseball is so unpredictable that most anything can happen. I wouldn't know, really.
Do you feel that Pittsburgh has too much explosive hitting power for the Giants?
I don't think there's any question about the Pittsburgh club having a good deep bench and speed and power. They have a well-balanced club. I think if they do get in trouble, it may be in the pitching, but here again, you can't tell. They may shut the Giants out.